Y'all need to help Stephen Phillips out over there. Out the door and off the radio.
Here's Stephen Phillips.
All righty, we're halfway coming in. Anyway, I reckon Harry Bond screwed up something over here, and Packy's trying to fix it. Boy, this ought to be good. So if y'all hear an explosion in Young Harris, don't worry. It's Packy trying to rewire the wiring system over here. So good morning, Pat. How are you doing?
I'm good, and Harry didn't screw it up. He actually got us back on the air before Packy came in. So,
oh, did he really? Well,
Packy's trying to do well. He just plugged it into a different outlet.
Somebody was on the other end of that phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
With Harry.
Yeah.
Oh, nope. You were giving instructions.
Hey, let me tell you something. Around
Harry
here,
did it himself. I don't want to take credit. Harry did a good job.
No matter who does what, as long as it's good, Packy gets the credit.
If it's bad, it's
my show.
It's his
show.
Yeah. That's the way it works, man.
Good.
I don't know about Harry. Harry said Jesus is woke. Did you hear him say that? Jesus is woke.
Say, yeah. Jesus had woke policies.
Yeah. Yeah. He said Jesus. I don't believe that.
Okay.
Do you think Jesus is woke?
That's the neat thing about beliefs. You're allowed to believe whatever you want.
Here's the difference. Jesus said, give your coat, like Harry said, but he didn't say, give your coat to the government to then be redistributed to the populace.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
But he did say, when asked about taxes, that you pay the government and then you pay the church.
The purpose of that was more like, that's not what I'm here to talk about.
It's like,
which meant Jesus was not concerned about the government.
and I think Jesus only wanted 10%, and I think the government wants 80%. So there's a difference.
No. Jesus.
I'll go with Jesus' policy with a 10%.
$40 million Lear jets. That's what he wanted.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. We're supposed to have Benjamin Van Hook in today to talk about the fires in Western North Carolina and the flood victims up there. I reckon there's, everybody knows there's a fire up there, and he's having a lot of issues with that, especially with all the flood victims. Anyway, he couldn't make it. He had something come up this morning, so he texted me at 6:30 and says, man, I can't make it today. I guess he's got his hands full on all that stuff going up there.
Sounds like.
Yeah. And then Bo Hatchett sent me a text this morning and said he had a committee hearing meeting this morning, so Bo Hatchett's not going to be in.
Oh, God, I had all kinds of questions for Senator Hatchett, too.
Well, just ask me. I'll answer.
No, I was really looking for the answers, not some made-up conspiracy theory about why we're giving the judges raises, right?
You're going to ask a politician for that? Oh, okay. I see how that'll go.
More trustworthy than your answers are.
Oh, Lord. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Everything is relative here. Hey, since we have some time, what do you think of banning improper ideology? Huh?
Yeah, I'm good with that. I don't like
you're okay with that?
Yeah. As long as I can tell you which one's improper and which one's not proper.
Okay. All right. So it's all relative to your impression of what's proper and improper.
Well, I mean, okay, there y'all in there talking about all these museums and everything else. I mean, this woke bunch. How many of the Civil War monuments were tore down and thrown away, and the presidents renamed and thrown away? I mean, who picked that out?
Okay, so you're concerned because and I am too about the Civil War monuments that were removed, right?
Well, what about the president?
You think it's okay? You think it's okay for this stuff about improper ideology to be removed?
I'll give me for instance.
The African American Museum of History and Culture.
So they're going to remove that?
Well, it's part of the Smithsonian Institution,
right?
And that's what he's talking about.
Who pays for that?
American taxpayers.
Well, I'm cool with that.
Who paid for the Confederate memorials? American taxpayers.
Yeah, I'm cool with that too.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
So you think everything should be removed, and the only things allowed up there were those approved by Stephen Phillips?
I just think get rid of all of it and let the people that want all that stuff have it. You know what I'm saying? If you want a museum, build you a museum, put your stuff in it, and everybody be happy. Right? Okay. Well, I mean, I got to chip in on something I could care less about.
All right. Well, have you used the fire department lately?
Nope.
Then why do you pay fire tax?
I have no idea. I think we ought to pay as we go. If we have a fire, then you give them like $100. You know.
I don't need to dispute your things. All I need to do is ask you a few questions, and you'll prove why you're wrong.
Was that it?
Yeah.
I reckon they had a big hurricane. I mean, hurricane.
Big hurricane?
Earthquake. They had an earthquake someplace. What is everybody talking about that?
There's earthquakes someplace all the time, Stephen.
Yeah,
Where?
like 7.2. I got it pulled up here. Even had
Can we narrow it down? Was it in the United States?
No, it wasn't. It was over there somewhere where they don't build stuff all that good.
Oh.
Yeah, I have no idea. It's all over, and I ain't even paid no attention to it. I thought we'd have a guest this morning, so I really didn't pay no attention. Okay, 7.7 multitude quake struck in I don't even Maria. I don't know where that's at. You MYA.
Miramar.
Yeah, you know where that's at.
Yeah, that's over in Southeast Asia.
I reckon it had buildings falling down, everything else, man.
Yeah, well, you know what? They're communists over there. So
is that what causes it? So you're against communist? I mean, you're against you're okay with people getting killed, even though they're communist and they're just out living in a building. Just okay. That was mean, Pat. That was mean.
You just drifted off into Neverland, Steve.
Come on, that, man. I really
come back, buddy. Come back,
buddy. I reckon you said it spilt water out of the pools and everything else. That's sad, ain't it?
Well, but isn't that Miramar is on the Ring of Fire, which is that circle where the plates under the earth come together. It's the same Ring of Fire that the west coast of America is subject to the earthquake. So those kind of things are pretty commonplace over there. I'm sure it's a shame that people got killed and lost their homes, but it's not like, it's the same with living in the Midwest with tornadoes.
Why would you live there? I'd move, wouldn't you?
If I was worried about tornadoes, I wouldn't live in Kansas.
No, I wouldn't either. Anyway, I guess we need to get to a break. I got RJ's Fine Cigar brought us 2 brand new cigars, one from Nicaragua. I'm going to try this thing out here in a minute. And he brought Packy a stub, a brand new RJ stub. He got he got a stubby cigar that kind of goes along with him. And then I got a regular one. So we got a lighter in here. Has anybody got a lighter? Do you have a lighter, Packy?
No. Why would I have a lighter?
You're going to fumigate that place?
I'm going to smoke this cigar, man.
Oh, my God. I'm glad I'm remote.
Are you kidding? I love the smell of cigars.
Do you?
Yeah.
Other people don't, Steven. Did you ever think of that?
I ain't worried about other people.
No, you never think of other people. Yeah.
Hey, we got all kinds of comments. I can't do anything. I'm not kidding you because the wire plug in or something went bad over here, Packy said. So he's going to have to read all them comments because I can't see anything in my monitor here.
You can't see it. That's probably a good thing.
I'll try to fix it during the break. You got that hammer?
I got a hammer. Hey, we get back, man. Let's talk about local here, and maybe they can weigh in on it. Packy will have to help me on that just a little bit. But we got your you got your boy down there, your representative. What's his name?
Stan Gunter.
Yeah, they're trying to get this deal with the multi-commission board in Union County. I'd like to talk about that. See what everybody's got to weigh in on that. If y'all out there listening, you can go to our YouTube channel and comment on that, or you can call us. I'd like to know where y'all stand on this. And
sounds like a good deal.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. All right, we're somewhat back. Packy's
hey, before you get started, I got a request, Stephen.
Where's his on? Turn him on. All right, we got you on now, Pat. You there?
Okay, I got a request, please.
Yeah.
Keep that hat on. I almost got blinded by the glare there.
I'm trying to figure all this stuff out.
Yeah, I know, but don't be taking that hat off.
I know it,
or
man.
At least give me a warning so I can put sunglasses on.
Man, sakes alive. Whoosh. God made a few perfect heads, and the rest of them they covered up with hair. Ain't that what they say?
There you go. That's what you say.
Oh, well, what are you going to do? Yeah, I was just talking. We got all this this going on with the multi-commission board, and your boy, what's his name?
Representative Stan Gunter.
Stan Gunter. Yeah, Stan Gunter. He's down there trying to get all. Why is he doing that to begin with?
Now, wait a minute. What is he doing?
Is he okay? I understand he's trying to get a thing put in that they can actually vote on it. They tried to vote on it in Union County, or they did a signing a petition and they did it wrong. I reckon. Am I right about that?
They
Help
did
me
a
out with this.
petition. They had enough signatures, but they did it wrong. The wording on the petition was wrong.
Okay.
So that didn't work. That was thrown out.
Okay. So
So
then
what he's committed to is, first, he's going to hold an informational meeting for the county for people to come and hear what's involved in moving from a sole commissioner to a multi-person commission.
right.
And at that meeting, Senator Gooch is going to be there because Lumpkin went through that just not recently, in the last 4 or 5 years. And Gooch was part of that. So he can explain what went on, what the outcomes were. And then if there's still a consensus of those people at the meeting that they want to proceed with the referendum, Stan has committed to proposing local legislation to get the referendum on the 2026 ballot.
When
to
I know
let
that,
the people decide.
okay, so they did that. Who else is going to be there?
Senator Gooch.
Gooch. So where does he stand on this?
I don't think Senator Gooch thinks it's a good idea because of his experience with Lumpkin County.
Right. Well, I'm with him on that. You know, and they got the So why do you think they want a multi-commission board?
Well, originally, when Lamar Parris was the commissioner in Union County, I thought it was just a direct attack on him.
But now he's not there anymore.
I thought they didn't like his decisions, and I thought it was a direct attack on him.
I am not for a multi-commission board. You already know that.
Yeah, and I'm with you on this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's bigger government, and you know, I think one of the reasons that a lot of these folks move into this area and they want a multi-commission board is because they know that they cannot be elected throughout the county, but they might get their district. Does that make sense?
Yes, exactly.
And then in their district, if it's heavily maybe the Democratic side on that, then you're going to end up getting Democrats elected, which we don't want. You can tell that in a mass election in Union County that just had.
Well, my understanding is you can have a multi-person commission that represents certain districts,
right?
But the voting would be countywide for every district.
If that's the way they set it up.
Yeah, that is possible. Or they could restrict the voting. You vote for who your district commissioner is only.
Right. So then when it comes down to bad decisions made, who do you blame?
Well, here's the thing. You're on the right track there. A sole commissioner is only one person. The buck stops with that person. Okay.
Right.
When you have a multi-person commission, number one, it's going to be hard to get to decisions because everyone's going to have their own interests.
Right. For
so
their district.
Decisions will take longer, which may not be such a bad thing.
Well, you know, I've worked, and a lot of folks have, out on road crews and putting in telephone cable and dealing with different counties and stuff like that. And you know, trying to get something done through a commission board. Okay, we'll discuss this at our next meeting, and it'll be in 2 weeks, and then we'll see what it didn't come up because we didn't have time to get to it.
Right.
And it just takes things down to a crawl. Now, whether you like the commissioner, you can vote out one commissioner a whole lot easier than you can 4 or 5.
That's true.
And it takes a long time. And normally when you do,
now understand there is a fallacy, or not a fallacy, a problem with a sole commissioner.
What would that be?
If you elect the right person,
right,
there's no problem.
Mm-hmm.
If you elect the wrong person, you could be in a world of hurt. I mean, look back in the history of Union County.
Right.
And there's examples of what I'm talking about. Every once in a while, the sole commissioner dang near broke the county financially.
Right. But that's also happened with multi-commission boards.
Sure it does.
Yes.
Sure it does.
So you're blaming that.
But you're taking a bigger risk. If you're selecting 5 people, chances are hopefully the majority is going to be good people.
Well, now here's the problem with that, though, and you know that, and I've been on boards before, and there's always one guy that stands up, and he is the leader of the pack. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then there's one guy or two guys in there that votes however the other guys vote, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So so pretty much you end up, and then you go and you add more. It's more bigger government. It's to a crawl. So I don't know if anybody wants to weigh in on this that actually supports this. We'd like to hear your opinion on why that is. Our number 706-379-9770. You can call in and talk like that. But
most of the comments on YouTube have been against the idea. Stay with the one person. It looked like just looking at the comments that are coming in.
Right. I used to work for Fannin Public Works under Zach Ratcliffe, and it took forever to get anything done or new equipment until Jamie got commissioner seat. So is Rebel Boy? I guess he's down there working for a multi-commission board. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, if you don't want a multi-person commission, look at Fannin County because they can't agree on anything.
Right.
I mean, they're constantly at each other.
So now once you get this, you're stuck with it, right? Or can you go back to a single commission?
No, you can't. Well, you could go back to it the same way you got to it. You have to go through the referendum, and then it has to be local legislation to revert back. I'm sure you could do it the reverse.
Right.
But the way this would the ballot, the referendum can't get on the ballot until 2026.
Right.
And if it passes, then it would not go into play until the 2028 election. So it's not like it's going to happen right around the corner after this meeting is held to provide information.
Right. Now, I know. I think Towns County went through this same thing a few years ago, but I don't think it got anywhere. I really don't, because I think most people just want a single commissioner. And
yeah, I haven't seen any movement in Towns County to go to a multi-commission board.
Well, I know we did have it before at one point.
That was back when what's his name, Bill Kendall was sole commissioner.
So Rebel Boy,
at the end of his term.
I used to, not any longer. I used to what? Used to support a single commissioner or not?
No, he used to live or work in Fannin County, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know. And that's the thing about it. If you get one commissioner in, it's a whole lot easier to get him out. Of course, that's the thing about it. A lot of folks, once you get a commissioner, everybody just lays in there with him and votes down the line. It's hard to get somebody out of office, but it's harder to get 5 people out of office. So I hadn't seen anybody.
That's the beauty of our political system.
Yeah.
That it really is. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but it certainly is better than anything that's out there.
I would love to hear from somebody that's for this to kind of get a why they're thinking it'd be better for a multi-commission, because everybody so far on here is against the multi-commission board.
Well, I think that's really what I'm thinking the voting population of Union County looks like.
Right.
There are a few vocal people
right
who want it multi-person commission.
Right.
But the vast majority, and the only way to prove that is to have the referendum.
Well, and it goes back to the thing that I always just harp on. I mean, you have got people moving into the area, not from here, and they want to change it. Okay. Because they live here now, but they're not. I mean, 90% of these folks, I'm going to say even more than that, move out of the county when they get older and go back to where they're from or to their families and stuff like that. And then they leave you with these changes that the local folks that live here are going to die here and their kids are going to live here and on, are stuck with these changes that we really don't want. That makes sense.
I don't disagree with you on that, but I find it really perplexing to understand somebody who moves here.
Right.
And they move here because of what is here. And then they want to change what's here after they get here.
Right.
That does not make sense. If you moved here because you like the way life is here,
right,
why would you want to change it?
Well, I've been here my whole life. I like it is. Yeah, but it seems like
Yeah, but
okay,
you don't know any better. What I'm saying is,
maybe I don't know any better.
because you only lived here.
I like it here.
I know, and I'm not.
Everybody that moves here says this is the beautifulest place in the world. There's no sense moving.
I'm not.
I'll take
I'm
you
not
word for it.
criticizing you. I'm just saying your
Right.
perspective is limited because you've always lived here. You were born here. You were raised here. You lived here.
Right, and I have. Okay, let me open your perspective up just a little bit. I have been out of Towns County more than once. I have, really, believe it or not. I have worked.
Yeah, I know, but you go to the redneck stuff like the car shows and things, and those are all your people.
Yeah, my people.
Who wish they lived in Towns County, right?
Well, explain to me how I'm naive and ignorant.
I didn't say you were naive
my whole
and
life.
ignorant.
Explain to me there,
All I said,
reader, writer, dude. Tell me about the world. Tell me about the world.
Stephen, your train has jumped the tracks, buddy.
I know it has.
Yeah.
I have worked out of the county, and I have worked in different counties, and I have tried to put in telephone cable, and we need to put a telephone line under a road, and we have to have permission from the county to do that. Yeah. And we're doing this job that is time sensitive. It needs to be done in such, and then you have to go to the county and say, hey, we need to shoot a hole under this road and put a cable underneath it. Huh? And they say, well, we'll be meeting in 3 weeks and we'll bring it up before the board.
Well, and that's a case where you're lucky. Right. Most counties will say, well, we'll establish a committee to consider that.
Yeah, there you go.
And they will bring their recommendation to the county commission, and then we'll do it.
Or I can go up to the county with a single commissioner and say, hey, I need to shoot a hole under this road. And he says, hey, yeah, there ain't no problem. Lay with it. No big deal. Yeah. So I have dealt with this a little bit. Yeah, I have dealt with this. I believe it or not, I've been out of the county, and actually I know a few people that's, like politicians and stuff, but they're rednecks like me and they hang out at car shows. So yeah, what do I know? New York City was once a small town too.
Come on, Stephen. I was not being critical.
You was being very critical.
Me, I was just trying to point out that you have a different perspective than people who have lived different places.
Well, here's what I took it as. This is what I took it as. You're another one of them dumb hillbilly rednecks that's lived here all your life, and you have no idea what you want. And I am from the big city. And I know what you need. This is what you need. I'm from the government. I'm from the government. I'm here to help you.
That was the furthest thing from my intent. So let me explain something to you.
Yeah.
That is not my problem. That's your problem. You took it the wrong way.
My problem is
dumb hillbilly redneck.
Oh, you're down to calling names now, are you?
Oh, yeah. I'm jumping in the game. Rebel Boy is rubbing off on me, boy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you moved here because you liked it so much and you changed. I seen you over there with your little political signs, all change this, change that back in the day. Where do you live at now, Pat?
Wait a minute. Who did I walk the bridge for?
I don't even remember.
Kamala Harris, Lee Knight. Wait a minute, somebody else there. Stephen Allison. Okay.
And you was protesting all them?
No, I wasn't protesting. I wanted people to vote for him. I didn't realize that if I endorsed somebody, people voted against him.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, that's
took me a while. It took me a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Jody Cox is telling me to watch the language. Apparently, I've gotten a reputation from yesterday's show.
Yeah.
You got the bleeper button ready to go?
I don't have a bleeper button. I would honestly love to have somebody call in or something about the pros of the multi-commission board.
I think the absence of people supporting that, calling in to support it, indicates that most people are against it.
Well, I think you're right about that. So what's your language, Pat?
I know Jody's worried about me getting thrown off the show. Then you'll be able to run your train wherever you want it.
Oh, I don't know what just happened to me.
What happened there? You guys are in an earthquake.
Packy's actually working around here. I can't hear nothing now. Yeah, I can't hear anything. So
okay.
Yeah, we can't hear nothing. Yeah.
Okay. Tell them to get the tin can and stretch the string tighter.
That'll work. All right. Well, I guess we got to get to a break, I guess, at this point. So
yeah.
we want to talk to. I guess I just click this little blue button over here, Pat. No, I don't do that. Oh, I have to hit the buttons over here.
Hey,
So
don't click any buttons, Stephen.
all righty, we're back with you. I think we got somebody on the phone. Who we got, Pat?
We've got Bob M.
Bob M. Good morning, Bob. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Yeah, we're doing good, man. We just wondering what's going on. Are you for or against it? Are you for us or against us?
I'll tell you about that in a minute. I'm actually just wanting you to know I like following your music stuff. That's the biggest reason why I'm a fan of the show. I like pretty much kind of the same people you do. Paul Thorne,
Yeah.
Marshall Tucker Band.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm actually going to go to a couple concerts here in the next month. John Anderson and Marshall Tucker playing together in St. Augustine. I'm going to go to that show.
That'd be good. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Yep. Yep.
Here's the deal with the commissions, man, and what happens here.
Okay.
And Patrick knows this too. They usually start out on like a town council, you know, or a what do you call it?
Yeah.
Business council.
Right.
And then they want to get in on a commission, you know, and they play the commissioner thing there for 4 or 5 years, and then what they do, they create a mayor. And then it's all about leverage, networking, trying to get their business promoted. And next thing you know, they want to move up to the mayor and take the whole. But that's what it's all really about, is I'm trying to get in there and network everybody. I'm not really for it, but they all have it in the big towns, but they don't need any of that kind of stuff around here because, like you said, they got plenty of people here doing a good job on what they're doing. So.
Yeah. We can give or take it. All right, man. Well, we appreciate you calling in. Let us know how that concert goes.
Yes, sir. You take care.
All
Good
right.
talking to you.
That'll
Bye-bye.
work. Well, we got the music end of it. I reckon I'm out in the parking lot now. He's in there working on everything. Pat, you still with us?
Are you? Yeah, I can't see you. Oh well, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So
that's not you.
yeah, that's me and
That
Packy.
guy's got a lot of hair.
Yeah, that's me and Packy. Yeah, no doubt.
Okay.
So
All
anyway,
right.
so nobody's for it. So
Think about this one, Stephen. Before I moved to Union County,
Yeah.
I lived in Gwinnett County,
right,
and we had a 5-person commission,
right,
and there were about 1 million people in Gwinnett County. So
right.
I was one of 250,000 people that had one commissioner.
Right. They had
I
one
moved
commissioner
to,
at that
I
point.
moved to Union County.
Yeah.
I'm one of 24,000 people that
Right.
has a commissioner.
Right.
I'm much better represented than I am in Gwinnett County.
Right. I'm with you on that. Yeah, I'm with you.
So,
And you can walk in and sit down and talk to the commissioner and say, "Hey, man, this is where I'm at with this." You know.
yeah.
And
And
you know,
he may not agree with you, but at least you'll know exactly where he stands, or at least
Well-
that's my impression of the sole commissioner. Both Cliff, who clearly you don't like, given your comment.
oh, I
going
like
to the
Cliff Hine. I
commercial.
just think he's doing a terrible job. But other than
Yeah,
that,
okay.
yeah.
But that's my impression of Cliff and with Lamar, and quite frankly with Harold too. You
Yeah.
walk in, you talk, he'll say where he is, and you know the answer.
Well,
You
it's
might
just
not
like,
agree with it, but it's the answer.
it's like, okay, you go to the city council meeting, you want to talk to them at the city council meeting. You got like 4 minutes to get your point across. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? And then you
Yeah.
have to sit down, and then and that we'll review that. Oh, we'll talk about that, or we won't talk about that. You know.
Yeah.
So I just think, and I know some people's upset with the new commissioner in Union County, but I mean, I've always liked the old boy. He seemed like a good guy. I actually
people-
really, what?
People are not upset with the new commissioner, I don't think. People are upset because there's change.
Well, that's the thing. People hate change. I do too.
Yeah.
Change.
Yeah.
I hate change. I actually mentioned to him about bringing a drag strip into Union County, though. I think that would be great.
Yeah. His eyes lit up when you said that. I saw it.
Yeah, I'm all for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
If we get that done, man, I'm all the way.
It'll complement the racetrack in Towns County there.
But I will say this about him: you won't have to worry about him breaking the county, because I think he's very conservative. Sounds to me like, because he's cutting.
Yeah.
What?
We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, it's his point is well taken. He's not 100 days into his term in office. We
Right.
can't be making judgments on 80 some days in office.
Well, they do. Look at Trump, man. They bashed him.
Yeah, I understand that. And I don't know where the 100-day judgment ever came from, but and that was the dumbest thing we ever did.
I didn't. I'm with him. Yep. Yeah, I'm with him 100%. I reckon, did you see this? Canada has declared a new chapter in the U.S. relations. They're like, man, we don't need you, America. We're going to do it ourselves. You can keep your junk. Tesla cannot be, they moved them from the rebate program. They're freezing payments. They're doing all this stuff with Canada, and they're saying, we don't need anything from the USA.
Yeah.
And
you know what else that includes? They don't need to go on vacation and come to the U.S. The flights in vacation time from April to September, the flights are down 70%. The bookings are down 70% on Canadian cities to U.S. cities.
Well, I'm going to tell you what I would do if I was a president. I'd say, that's fine. If that's the way you want to be, y'all can survive with yourself. You don't need us for nothing. So you need to build you some airplanes, and you need to build you some bombers, and you need to build you a Navy and an Air Force and a Marines and all that kind of stuff, because when you need America.
They don't need to build that stuff. They can go over to Airbus and buy all the airplanes that they need.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, they need to do that, don't you think? How much do they spend?
They're already doing that. Air Canada is already one of Airbus's biggest airlines.
I'm talking about defense, man.
Oh, okay. So they could go and buy those British fighters, or those French fighters, or those Swedish fighters.
Yeah. How much do they spend on defense?
What is there to defend in Canada?
Well, I mean, if they ain't under the arms of America, somebody gonna say, "Go, man, let's go get Canada."
Yeah, yeah.
You don't think Russia would like to own Canada?
Well, for what?
Well, he'd be right here next to us.
Snow, ice.
Yeah, they own Canada. They put the nuclear bombs right there next to the American border.
Didn't they do this once in Cuba?
Yeah, Cuba.
And what happened there?
Yeah.
What was the outcome there?
Yeah, the Bay of Pigs. I remember that. Yeah.
When was the last time Cuba annihilated us with their nuclear missiles?
I'm just saying, if they want to do it on their own.
You know what? I'm just saying too. You're full of it, buddy.
I'm not either. I'm
you
not.
Are.
Who defends Canada?
Canadian Royal Mounties.
Yeah, okay, they get out
with the Mounties.
They get on the little horses and defend the. Yeah, okay, yeah.
You don't see people.
Horses. Bring your neighbors over here.
Abusing the Mounties, do you?
Yeah, shoot us with some of them bombs you got. We got horses. Yeah, we're good.
There's respect for the Mounties.
Hey, Packy keeps saying we got to go to a break, and I don't know how many breaks we got done so far.
We need one more.
All right, well, let's do. Hey, I got a gift certificate. You got to be 21 years older to win this from RJ's Fine Cigars. And he brought us a couple over here. I'm not kidding you, man. Ain't nobody got a lighter over here, but we're going to smoke these things. But they have got RJ Fine Cigars. They got a humidor over there, smoking jackets. You can get the plan over there where you can actually keep up to date with all the good stuff coming and going from the RJ Fine Cigars. So it's a $15 gift certificate for that. That'd be I
took the Grand Tour yesterday.
Oh, we back now, Packy? Oh, you're back?
Just for a second.
Yeah.
I checked out the humidor that they have there, dude. They have thousands and thousands of cigars in there, tons of different kinds. I don't know much about cigars, but I was impressed. But they're still waiting on you to go over there.
I'm coming. All right, Pat, what's the question?
The question is, what's the name of the military school that Donald Trump attended in his youth?
Oh, there you go. That's pretty easy. I already get that one. Give us a call, 706-379-9770. You must be 21 years of age. Is it 21 and older? You can't smoke a cigar till you're 21?
I think that's what they told me yesterday. I guess that's the new law, Pat? I
don't know.
And cigars?
We as kids, we used to smoke grapevines. You ever smoke grapevines? You know the grapevines that grow out in the woods? You can cut them things up. You can smoke grapevines.
Did you find that in Ozzy's book? Doesn't he have a book like 101 things you can smoke?
And what about rabbitbacker? Y'all ever smoke rabbitbacker? Ooh, that stuff right there rough, man.
We just go to the Huddle House and get them out of the dispenser.
That rabbitbacker would light you up, man. Yeah, I guess that's the thing us ignorant mountain people used to do, but not them sophisticated northerners that wrote love poems for Hallmark. But
Who do you think the first person is that tries that stuff? Like to try that berry, you know what I mean? Or eat
I'd-
that leaf
I'd
or
rather-
smoke that thing.
I'd rather. I'd
It's the
rather
same guy that ate oysters the first
It's
time.
Aussie. It's like an Aussie of every
Yeah.
generation.
I mean-
I'll smoke that.
I'd rather smoke a grapevines that had, the first guy eat an egg. That thing just dropped out. That thing's on in. I think I'll try that.
Hey, just a reminder, weren't we going to a break?
Let's take a break. We want to thank. All righty, we're back. We've got a caller already. Who we got, Packy?
Sir, are you there?
Yes,
Hey, what's
What's
your
your
name?
William Lovell.
Hey, William, what's going on, man?
I was just out rolling around trying to make everybody happy campers.
I know that's right. Yeah, you made me one. He took my camper over and tuned that thing up, and got me going. So yeah, I appreciate that. You got shout out what camper cup? What's the name of your company?
Always rolling RV.
Always Rolling RV, and I stand behind him. He actually took my camper over and got her going. I had a busted water line or something. I can't remember what it was, but he got her going, man. Yep. So what was the question, Packy?
What's the name of the military school that Donald Trump attended in his youth?
New York Military Academy.
You got it.
You
You're
got
the winner.
Yep. Winner. So
Winter chicken dinner.
we got you a $15 gift certificate. Go over and get you a fine cigar.
Have you been over there to RJ's yet?
Haven't been there yet.
Check it out, man. Very cool place.
Hey, I'm gonna put you
Awesome.
on the spot. What do you think about this multi-commission board?
I plead the fifth on that.
Oh, do you really pleading the fifth?
Yeah, I ain't getting into politics.
Oh, come on, man. That's where politics.
I'm like
and
you,
religion-
man. I like whoever's in office right now. That's my buddy.
There you go. There you go. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
There you go. Well, swing on by here, man.
All right, I appreciate you.
All right, you take care.
Rebel Boy says, Packy, look up the two boys who snorted fire ants because they was going to Ozzy concert. It's a real thing. They unalived themselves doing so.
Fire ants?
Rebel Boy, you and I read the same kind of content, we do.
Yeah, a little bit weird. Hey, Tommy Townsend, for all them folks down towards the Athens area, Tommy Townsend and the Waymore Outlaws that's all of them are going to be down at the Foundry tonight in Athens, man. So go down there and check all that out. They do a tribute to Waylon Jennings. Really interesting. So,
Hey, did you see the picture of Tommy's wife? She won an award at the school, I think, for Counselor of the Year or something at the high school.
really?
And there was a picture of her, and I'm looking at this picture and I'm thinking, who is the guy with Christy? You know who it was?
I have no idea.
It was Tommy without his hat and glasses on, and I didn't recognize him.
Yeah, he looked like Mark Koffler without his hat on, don't
Oh, yes, Dire Straits. Yes,
he?
he does. I didn't think of that either.
Yeah, he does. He look like Mark Koffler. That's why he wears the hat all the time. He wants to, Yeah, I look like Jack Nicholson without my hats. That's why I wear mine all the time. So, you know what I'm saying?
You wish.
Yeah, I do. I look like,
I think you kind of look like Denzel Washington.
I do. I favor him. Yeah, I favor Denzel. Yep. So, man, it is Friday. We went through a whole week of this stuff.
Yeah, we had a good time too.
There is so much going on in the world today.
I thought I was going to get a reprieve, and then you popped Gary in on Thursday and screwed up the rest of my week. So
Gotta have Gary. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love Gary. So anyway, he's got that big show coming up at the Mule House. I'm gonna actually go to that. I'm gonna go. He's up there with Larry Gatlin, and that'll be a good show. What are you gonna do this weekend? Anything good?
I'm going. I got a date on Saturday for dinner, so
Oh, that'd be
we'll do
good.
that.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah,
Boy or girl?
a lady.
Oh,
I'm past the girl stage. I'm now into ladies.
a lady.
A lady. Yeah.
Lady.
Yeah.
Good for you, Pat. Do you need any tips from me?
Yeah, get some tips from back.
Yeah.
I'll give you a quick tip. Make sure to
No,
keep
we're not looking at
Oh, man.
raising families
Come
here.
on, man.
Yeah.
Just keep a
No.
lot of change in your pockets. That way you sound like you're rich.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Jingle when
So
you
where are you
walk.
taking her to? McDonald's? Where y'all going out? Something fancy?
No, we're going to. There's a new place here called Offlay's, a fish place, a seafood place.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Upscale, not going to the McDonald's. Going
Is she-
to upscale.
Did you ask her if she's a Democrat or Republican?
I know what she is.
Is she
I already
Democrat or
checked that
Republican?
out. That was part of the stipulation.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I was like you. I learned from you. First question. I don't care what you look like. What do you vote? How do you
Rebel
vote?
Boy says it's probably a trans woman. Pat is going out with.
Yeah, you need to check Crocodile Dundee.
Rebel Boy does really like me, doesn't he?
He does. It seems like it.
Yeah, you need to do the Crocodile Dundee stuff just to make sure.
Good luck, Pat. You can text me if you get in danger. Okay. If you
what is the Crocodile Dundee stuff? The big knife theory?
No. Where he actually checked because they told him that that chick was a girl. You don't remember that on the movie?
Oh, I do remember that now that you mentioned it.
Yeah. You got to do that nowadays. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks for all the advice. I'll let you know Monday how it went.
Okay.
Hey, folks, y'all need any grading done. Georgia Mountain Grading is the people to call, no doubt. We appreciate them very much. We appreciate everybody this week. We'll be back bright and early Monday morning. I think Van Hook's going to be on Monday maybe and talk about the fires going on in western North Carolina. And I don't know, when is Cat Turd coming on? Marjorie Taylor Greene, you're working on that, right, Pat? Yeah, you're working on that. All right. We'll see y'all bright and early Monday morning. Y'all have a good weekend.